Hello, I'm Laura Wilson and welcome to Move Strength Number 1. In this learning video, you can watch Marissa and the lady for some of the options that you'll see throughout the workout, or watch Rob and myself for some of the more challenging options so that you know what to coach for your participants. Remember to keep the plate on a low setting, to remove the mat as needed in your class for your participants, and allow them to move at their own pace throughout any of the exercises. Welcome to Move Strength. In today's workout, we're going to prepare, then move through 4 blocks of resistance training before we finish off with a bit of massage for recovery. Team, are you ready? All right then, let's warm up. Come on top of the plate. Remember, anytime we're on top of the plate, keep the knees slightly bent. We're gonna stretch that IT band, so tucking that foot behind, let's drive those hips right out to the side. We want to keep this move slightly dynamic, utilizing that vibration to really hydrate the tissues and prepare them for that work we have ahead of us. Switch legs. Let's do one more. Taking those feet a little wider, we're gonna stretch through the hamstrings. Again, slight bend in the knee, tipping at the hip. Let's push those hips side to side. Again, using that movement to draw that vibration deep into the muscle tissue. Allowing participants to move through their own range of motion and at their own speed. Let's come down off the plate. We're gonna stretch our hip flexor. So that back leg is gonna stretch in to the plate coming off the kneecap, and we're simply gonna hold this stretched position with nice tall posture. And let's switch legs. Again, take that deep lunge, rolling forward off of that kneecap. Allowing that vibration to do the work. Three, 2, 1. Let's come into a bear hold. So hands are on the plate, shoulders stacked right over wrists, and the knees come right under the hips. Notice the option that Marissa's taking here, coaching that we can have people right down on the floor, knees fully on the floor, rather than lifting them up. Still maintaining that nice long spine and braced core. Let's transition into a yoga squat. Feet are wide on top of the plate. We're gonna sink down, hips dropping all the way in. It's actually a stretch. We can come hands right into the chest or hold onto the plate if our participants need a little bit more balance. This is helping to open up our hips, get some blood flow through the legs, and let's go ahead and add a bit of dynamic movement, shifting side to side. Again, encouraging our participants to move in their own pace and in a range of movement that feels comfortable and safe for them. All right, let's go ahead, hop off that plate, take a drink. That's one of the things I want to always encourage my team to do here. and for you to be encouraging your class, hydrating, making sure that while we're working, we're also hydrating, because we do get a little more dehydrated on the plate, and we always want to stay energized and ready to work. The next thing you'll notice is that we do have our straps on our plate today. We will be using those, so make sure you've got that ready to go. Okay, first round, 2 exercises that we're supersetting back to back, 3 rounds through. Let's go ahead, grab one of our straps. We're coming into a single leg squat. So we're utilizing the strap for balance. And switch legs. So it's a small movement, as you can see, so that we keep that knee behind the toe. 3, 2, and 1. Our second movement is going to be the tricep push-up position. Hands are narrow out on the plate. We're going to come down into a hold, about halfway down. Again, we have lots of options here. Naledi, Marissa, both on the knees in this position, making it a little bit more achievable, while Rob and myself are on the toes. 3, 2, and 1, transitioning back up on the plate for that single leg squat. Now, there's no rush here. We always want to make sure that our participants keep safety in mind as they transition from one move to the other, so coach them to move at their own pace. And switch legs. Right about now, that vibration should be starting to put a little heat into the muscle. Last one. Let's go back into that tricep push-up hold. So tuck those elbows in, keep them close, right by the rib cage. That's gonna help target those triceps. Pressing down into the plate and keeping the abs nice and tight for a long, flat spine. Three, 2, 1. One more round. Now, the challenge here, I'm gonna have Rob and I actually lose that strap. If you have someone who wants to go just a little bit more advanced, they can go without that added balance of the strap. And switch legs. And last time for that tricep push-up hold. Now, if your participants are looking for an in-between option, challenging themselves between that knee option or the toes, they could always put one knee on the ground and then perhaps switch about halfway through, just so they can progress themselves to those other more challenging options. And rest. All right, so first block done, 3 to go. Let's hydrate, get a little bit of water in us. If needed, this is when you could get your towel out, towel down a little bit, taking those moments to kind of reset the body before we go into our next resistance block. So for this resistance block, we're just gonna be using our body and the plate. Let's go ahead and angle into the plate, team. We're gonna go into a split squat position and sit about halfway down, holding. So really keeping contact with the plate, front knee stacked right over ankle, back knee right under hip. And switching legs. Three more seconds. All right, transitioning into a plank. Again, Naledi and Marissa are gonna show the option from the knees. Rob and I are going to show an option with a foot lift, just walking through that plank. Always keeping those elbows soft. Again, thinking about keeping our athletic suspension system engaged, so elbows soft, pushing down into the plate. 3, 2, and 1. Let's lift right back up and go into that lunge split squat position hold. So go ahead and lift the eyes. That way we have nice long gaze, thinking about keeping a spine that's long and straight. Always great posture. And switch. We're going to very quickly notice how the vibration is causing so many muscle activations that we feel the burn quite quickly. Coming back down into that plank. Either the march or the hold. Now again, if you were looking to progress, you could go into a plank hold on the toes and simply just not march, holding right here. That would be an option to slowly progress your clients into a harder choice. All right, last round, team. Hop back up. Come down into that split squat hold. And switch. And last time into that plank. And rest. All right. Great job, team, here. Hopefully you're working hard at home. Noticing that our strength work also causes a bit of a metabolic reaction. That's a great thing about working on the plate. Let's get a drink and prepare ourselves for that next block of resistance work. So in these sessions where you have these hydration breaks, we usually allow for about 1 minute to get your clients ready, allow them to recover, grab that drink, and then get set to go. For our next block, we are going to be using a singular dumbbell or singular kettlebell, depending on what's available to you at your facility. Here we'll be showing a dumbbell option in both of our moves. So team, let's bend our knees, grab that dumbbell. Coming right up on top of the plate, feet are going to be wide. We're gonna do a hard style swing. So we're using that dumbbell and giving it a hip hinge movement to drive that dumbbell up. In addition to working all of our posture muscles or muscles on the back side of our body, we're also gonna notice swings can be really metabolic. Heart rate's gonna drive right up in these. 3, 2, and 1. Staying up top, we're gonna do a deadlift. So again, that hip hinge movement, coming down to about the knees, and then right back up to tall posture. Utilizing that vibration to really work that posterior kinetic chain. Last one. Let's go back to those swings. Feet wide. Drive those hips through. You want your weight to feel weightless for a moment at the top of the movement. Three, 2, and 1. And again, let's shift right into that deadlift. Really focus on making a flat spine, keeping that chin tucked in, and allowing your top half or torso to move as one unit in these. That's gonna help keep the low back safe, as well as giving you the best results. Last one. And one more round of swings. And transitioning into that deadlift. Let's do one more. And rest. Go ahead, set that dumbbell down. Get a drink. Anytime we also take these breaks, encourage your participants to stretch. Anything that feels a little tight, maybe even hop on the plate, do a little bit of massage. They're welcome to do that in these 1-minute breaks between blocks. In our final block, we're again going to use our dumbbell. We're going to be utilizing it on top of the plate and then transitioning into a body weight move. So let's grab our dumbbell, team. Hopping back up on top for wood chops. So with feet about shoulder distance apart, we're going to pivot on the ball of the toe, allowing that heel to come off the plate for that torso rotation. One more, and we're gonna switch sides. So starting down at the opposite knee, sit into that leg and really rotate, keeping the abs tight. One more. Carefully, let's set that dumbbell back off to the side and move into a bear hold. So we practiced this move in the warm-up. We're gonna come right back into this position. Shoulders stacked over the wrists, hips directly in line over the knees, or taking that option with the knees on the floor. Now, as you're working, really draw the stomach in towards the spine and let that vibration do the work. All right, back to that wood chop. Grab your dumbbell. Let's hop back on top. One more, and switch sides. Last one. Coming back into that bear hold. Remember to keep those eyes focused out over the edge of your plate. That's going to allow the neck to stay in line with the rest of the spine. Three, two, one, and one more time, team. Now, I always want to encourage you to coach your participants to move at their own tempo, to take their time through the transitions when needed. The vibration is going to do that amazing work for us. It's never about speed in these movements or the number of repetitions. Last one, and switch. And last one. Let's come down one last time into that bear hold. Again, even here at the end, really fighting for great technique, whether it's on the knees or with those knees just lifted off the floor. Keep those hips stacked right over the knee and shoulder over the wrist. 3 more seconds, 2 and 1. All right, take a breather. Again, let's get a drink. Four blocks of work in. We should definitely feel not just the muscles engaging, but the heart, that metabolic effect as well. It's a great thing about the plate, and that's why we can actually work out for less time, still getting amazing results. For this last portion, the recovery, we're gonna stimulate that blood circulation back to those muscles that we just worked really hard so that we can encourage that recovery process and actually be ready for a great workout by tomorrow. So if it feels comfortable for you and your clients, we'll turn it up to a higher setting and then let's massage. So lying down, we're gonna massage our quads to start, coming all the way down to the floor. We're gonna draw those heels up and then release. A nice slow controlled motion, allowing that vibration to move through the whole belly of the muscle. Let's do one more. Now we're coming up to sit on the plate for a hamstring massage. We're actually gonna do one leg at a time. So slightly off to the side, allowing the entire hamstring to press down into the plate. We can encourage a little bit of extra vibration by using our own hands to put a bit of pressure on the muscle. So if there are tightness, adhesions, don't be afraid to stay there for a moment and allow that vibration to get blood flow into those muscle fibers. And let's switch legs. About 3 more seconds here. We're gonna massage the calves, coming all the way down onto the floor. In this seated position with both legs up on top of the machine can really massage through those calves. We can flex and point. Now let's hold them in the flexed position and actually move left and right, getting the outside edges of those calves as well. One more side to side. We're gonna repeat each of those one more time. So come back down for the quadriceps. This time, let's bring the feet up and then move left to right. One more. Coming back into that hamstring massage. Now, I just want to remind you, as you're coaching these strength workouts, you can encourage your participants to go with body weight only for any of these moves, or using that dumbbell, using that kettlebell, and even going heavy if their fitness level allows for that kind of movement. It's also not about speed and number of repetitions, but about using great technique to execute each movement, because we're able to really capitalize on working on top of the plate and using that vibration to stimulate muscle activation. So always remember that as you're coaching each of the movements, each of the exercises, each of the blocks, every time you step into a move strength class. Let's switch sides. And one last massage. Let's finish with those calves. So point and flex. Now holding that flex position, let's move left to right. And last one. Thanks to my team here for working so hard in Move Strength number 1, and thanks to you at home. And we hope to see you back for Move Strength number 2.